Hello all, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see a VLOOKUP function and how to recreate that VLOOKUP function using our VBA code. So you can see the contents would be the basic VLOOKUP function. We'll see we'll see how can we use this VLOOKUP function in Excel first, and then we'll write the code. The similar code we'll try to replicate, which it runs in the backend using our logic in VBA. So let's get back to the sheet. So as I'm using the same sheet as we have discussed in the first session itself, like we'll be using the same sheet for all the sessions, and like this particular sheet will be useful, will be used by you, will be useful for you at the end of the session, like single to have all the code at a single place. So here we are. Here is the data. So we have consider there is a name and the price of it, or you can consider it as anything. It's just data. So there's a data in respective for each name, and this is a source table. Consider we have this as a destination table, and we want a data we wish to get a data from this particular table. So how can we do that is we can just copy it. We can search in this particular row, and if found a match, we can copy it and we can paste it over here. So this is a manual method, but Excel gives us a powerful function called as VLOOKUP. So you can do it using this particular VLOOKUP. You can get the values from a different source table. How can we do that is, so you just have to press equals to VLOOKUP, and then the lookup value say this not, and it says the table. Consider this as a table, and then the column index say if found a match, or which column you wish to return. So I have two columns, so this is column number 1, this is column number 2. I wish to return column number 2, and I'll say it's an exact match, and I'll say equals to. So if you wish to see more in detail about this VLOOKUP function, you can refer to my VLOOKUP function video in Excel series. So there I have explained this in detail. I've also shared few examples over there. So you can have a look at this particular VLOOKUP function from that video. So this is how you can do it. So you can just drag this particular thing to have the values. So okay, so what you can do is instead of dragging, we'll just copy this formula. Okay, so this table has been changing. So what we can do is we can just put the $sign over here to make sure that we are not changing the range. You can see, so the values for these particular data has been populated. So this Ratan is not here, and that not present in this particular table. So that's why it has came out as NA. So you can handle these particular cases by using if error functions, or which are by default there in Excel. So all these are explained in that particular video. You can have a look at that particular video from the Excel series. So why I just repeated over here is just to give you a heads up about what is VLOOKUP. If anyone of you have forgotten, so this is how we use VLOOKUP, but we can replicate this VLOOKUP function using our code. So how can we do that is, we'll just get back to the code. Yeah. So it says we'll create a new subroutine, session 16. VLOOKUP. So it says we have two ranges. So we'll have to take each one of this data, and we'll have to search in this table. So what we'll do is we'll take the first cell, or we'll take the first data, we'll iterate over this range. If found a match, we'll get the data and we'll get the data and we'll put it over here. Once this is done, we'll take the next data, we'll iterate over this. If found a match, we'll paste it over here, and then we'll take the next data. What it means is we need two for loops, one for this range and other for this range. So this will be our outer loop and this will be our inner loop. Okay, so let me have few more values over here. It says say 60, then it'll have 70. Should be enough, I guess. So consider this for loop will have range from I equals to 1 to 5, and this for loop will have range from j equals to 1 to 7. So let's write that the outer for loop first. It says for I is equals to 1 to 5, and I'm writing next I there itself, so that I must not forget that next I statement. Then once this is done, we'll have to iterate for every element in this particular table. So we'll have this another for loop which starts from 1 and ends till j equals to 1 to 7, and we'll have next j. So that's how we have created two loop functions. But we should also have one if condition where we'll be checking the value of this particular element with every value from this row. So how can we do that is, so we'll say if, then it says sheets it says sheet 4 dot range, that particular cell is from E column, E of j dot value, which means, so this we'll have to iterate that every element of E from the outer loop, sorry, so it will be E of I, and we'll have to search it in this particular inside loop sheets. Uh-oh. Sheet 4 dot range. Sorry for this. It will be in A of j dot value. So if found a match, it will get inside. I'll have end if found a match, we'll have to write the data from respective B column to respective F column. So if found a match from data, so here if found a match, then we'll have to, so it will be E of 1 and E of 1 and A of 5. So if found a match, then we'll have to copy a data from B of 5 and paste it in F of 1. So we'll say if we have to paste it on F of 1, it should be F of I because that's the outer loop, and we'll have to copy it from B of j, which is inner loop. So let's try to execute it now. I'm pressing F8. When I is equals to 1, you can see this if I'm hovering a mouse over here, I is equals to 1. The inner for loop, it is checking. You can see j is equals to 2. It hasn't found a match. Then j equals to 3, 4, 5. On 5, it found a match. So that's why it copied a value from B5 and pasted over here in F of 1. So after finding a match, doesn't make a sense or in iterating this loop ahead because we found a match for this particular value. So we'll have to take up a next value. So we'll have to break this inner loop here. what we can do is we can write exit for, and we'll execute it from start again. So that's why we use this exit for. You can see 1 2 3 4 and 5, it got inside, it got the value, and then like since we get the value, it doesn't make sense in iterating this node over the remaining values because we got the match. And yeah, exit for, then I will become equals to 2. So now we are searching for Omkar, so that it got a match at first end itself. So it got out from, so like again you can make out from this particular thing, here we got a match at first end itself, so it doesn't, so we don't have to waste our time in iterating for the remaining values. So that's why we just exited from the iterating for, and we're here for the next. So let me press F5 directly to get the results. You can see we have got the results. This Ratan, we don't have any data over here because this Ratan was not found in this particular loop or in this particular table. What we can do is like we can configure that as well, but for now let's keep it as it is. So this is how we have, this is all data we can get it, like this is how this VLOOKUP function has been designed using 2 for loops and 1 if. So again, as we were saying, if doesn't found a match, then what? So what we can do is, if we can write if j is greater than 7, then, so what it means is like if the match would have got, then it would have got inside and we would have got the value. But if that particular value is not found in this table, this for loop will run fully. So this for loop will come out only when this condition is met, like when j is greater than 7. So what it means, when j is greater than 7, this condition never met, which means that particular value is not present at all in that particular cell. So what we'll do is we'll write it in the F column of respective row, saying value not found. So let's remove it. Let's have a button for it. Edit text. Click to run VBA VLOOKUP. That's all we have. That's all, like you can see, we have got that the value not found. So that's how you can configure your VLOOKUP function using code. So to a nested for, and there we just have one if to get the values. Like this is optional. You can skip it as well. Like it's okay if you don't get a data for this particular thing over here. Like you don't have to mention it every time that the value is not found or not. So you can just keep it as it is. So it's quite okay. Like if we don't have any value for it, we are not getting it here with the loop as well. So that's all we have for this particular video. In the next video, we'll see the string operations. So till then, thank you.